Hello everyone and welcome to another Novusphere community update. Today is June 9th, 2019. If you missed the last two videos, don't worry, YouTube is back up. I'll be putting those back up as well, so you could check those out later. Today we have a very exciting update. We finally gonna roll out the initial phase of our advertising system, and here to tell you all about that very exciting development is Paul. Take it away, Paul.
Hey everyone. We're pushing the ad system. The idea here is published Monday will be our prospective terms and conditions that we're going to let the community take a look at. If people have any thoughts or ideas regarding those, we're going to give people a day to take a look. But the plan is to push this system out live on Wednesday of next week. So there won't be a huge review time. So as sort of a explainer, the system from a high level overview is going to be fairly centralized at first, which, at the end of the day, this is running on our domain. It's running, kind of with our approval. So the pieces that we're not going to be releasing as a decentralized system is the method that will pay Atmos stakers, because we don't have a staking system in operation yet. But that's, obviously part of the next phase. And then, in terms of buying advertisement, there's no point in having smart contracts dictate that if we don't have a staking system up. So, this is sort of a baby step to kind of plan things out and get people comfortable with the idea of being able to purchase the banner ad. It's going to be a very simplified version of what we eventually will release. But I think with some of our partners who would like a kind of formalized process for advertising their upcoming events. Maybe some of the block producers who want to, put themselves out there. So, give people a reason to keep them in the top 21, those kind of things. We'd like to just kind of get this into the public consciousness and get it, kind of work out some kinks and see if there's any pitfalls that we hadn't thought of. So excited that we're actually getting that rolled out. And I think that people will be able to, just see this as an experiment. The pricing is going to be pretty reasonable. So even if you just want to advertise something totally unrelated to EOS or crypto or Novusphere, it won't be a big thing to do that. So I think it's gonna be good. We're pretty excited to just be moving past this, and then it just sort of is the kickoff, the first domino, I would say, of a bunch of pretty exciting things that are going to be kind of coming down in the next month.
Yeah, I agree. And accompanying that centralized advertising system and how we're going to support to grow that system into a more decentralized, more automated system for our future advertising endeavors is going to be the coming of the Novusphere DB2 and discussions 2. So Asphyxia is going to tell you a little bit about that.
Yeah, so one of the things that we've recently started working on is the 2.0 revision of discussions. And so this has been something that's been in the planning for a long time. And we've talked about some of the features that we are going to be incorporating in discussions to over the course of our previous meetings. Um, so just to give you guys like a rough idea of two like big things I think like off the bat that we are trying to address with discussions two that we currently can't address with discussions one is we're building it back from the ground up, and when we start from the ground up we can now start keeping in mind some long-term goals, such as for example transitioning to a standalone mobile application so that you can actually have an application that is specifically for discussions on your mobile devices. And another big thing that users have constantly asked for is SEO and searching features. So what that is you'd be able to search for content on the forum and be able to find what it is you're looking for either via the hashtags or even just via a general text search. So overall, it'll be a very big improvement. And via the SEO improvements, which is currently not possible with the way this site is currently designed, the SEO will mean that when people, let's say, they search on Google or any other search engine, these search engines will be able to find the same content that's hosted on the discussions. Because at this point in time, search engines actually have a very hard time understanding the content that's on discussions because of the way the platform currently works. Um, as Jack mentioned, we will be introducing a staking system nearing the launch of discussions too. And part of the staking system, what I'll be paying into it is the advertising 2.0 system. So I know we haven't launched the 1.0 of the advertising yet, but Jack hinted a bit about how 2.0 will work. And so one of the things though with 2.0 is we are looking to then decentralize the service. And so when we do decentralize the service, it'll be very similar to the real estate model that's used over on r/f trader. And so we've talked about this before, which is somebody will basically be able to purchase the banner, and they'll be able to put whatever they want, for the banner, assuming they adhere to our terms. And they also have to specify a resale price. And so if somebody else wants to buy that from them, they can just buy it from them, and then the cycle continues. And basically, as you own the banner, you have to pay a tax to the system, and so that tax again would be being paid to stakers. And so probably one of the last, I think, biggest features off the top of my head that we are trying to address with Discussions 2.0 is we'll be finally introducing the anonymous tipping features, which allows you basically to tip users who might not have an EOS account. But there's plenty of other features that we're working on in terms of like discussions that's not heavily technically related to things that like I just discussed before, like staking or tipping or like mobile app development. Like so, for example, like one of the things that we've been talking about internally is how can we make it easier to onboard Reddit communities, and we've come up actually with a really good strategy of how we can easily onboard Reddit conversations onto the platform without needing to use a lot of resources on EOS. And so what that will allow us to do is it will actually allow us to expand out of r/EOS into a bunch of other subs, and easily be able to onboard those communities and these to communities that might appreciate sort of either having a backup of their discussions or being able to have these censorship resistant discussions on chain a little more seamlessly. So there's plenty of things that we are working on for Discussions 2.0. It's being designed by an actual UI developer, by an actual UI designer, and it's being implemented by an actual UI developer. So we're finally getting that professional touch that's kind of been lacking in terms of discussion. So we're really excited for where the project is currently headed. So currently our timeline on that is we're looking to have something that is publicly testable near the end of this month. Although when I say publicly testable, it's kind of like an early beta, which is it won't have all the features that we're currently looking for. As for like our full timeline, as for like all the features that we're trying to implement, our current estimate is probably near the end of next month. And so, like I said before, just staking will come out at some point in between this time frame.
So just to recap, that there was a lot of taken. Major things are coming. We're gonna optimize the backend for SEO. SEO is one of the things that we've been missing out on quite a bit, because people can't find the content. The web crawlers can't find content on our site. Also, our users can't find content on our site. So that's gonna help a lot. And then the most exciting thing that the thing that I'm most excited about is the being able to tip user that doesn't have an EOS account. That was a promise we made a very long time ago. That's finally gonna come to fruition soon, as well as having a standalone mobile application. And like as Victor said, we're gonna have a professional UI developers come in and really help make the site. I don't know what's the better word for a bit more professional, I guess. We've been kind of just playing by ear. None of us are UI developers or UX designers. We did, I think we did the best we can, but there's a lot of room for improvement. So lots of exciting things are coming, and they're coming very, very soon. So very exciting stuff. So team, is there anything else to add? And have I left out anything?
Yeah, so I think we should give an update on the Cryptopia situation and what our current
Ah,
policy on this is. So to
Mm-hmm.
briefly summarize our position on this, basically we are going to allow uh, 1 month after our deadline, we will be reserving we do it. Okay, so let me back this up a bit. So we know how many tokens Cryptopia is in possession of, and this is through our own analysis. So we have a fairly good estimate as to like how many tokens Cryptopia is in possession of. So what we are going to be doing is we are going to be reserving that amount of tokens at the burn date, which is in September, if Cryptopia hasn't sorted out their mess by then, and we'll be giving them basically 1 month uh, to sort things out. So we encourage you as a user that if you care about your your Atmos, and you want to ensure that you are able to get it from Cryptopia over to the new chain, that you are contacting Cryptopia, and you as well as a user are reaching out to them and voicing your complaints to them, because we have already done this on our end, but obviously, at the end of the day, it is you, the user, that is being most affected by this. So we are going to give a 1 month period for Cryptopia to basically work with our users to, figure things out. Really, all we need from our users and Cryptopia is we need to know the amount that they had on Cryptopia, and basically we just need a message from Cryptopia, sort of reaffirming this, and basically saying yes, what this is the amount that the user had. And once we know that, we can basically do the swap even without Cryptopia transferring the Atmos directly to us. And there's two key things that we're hoping to achieve with this, which is we are trying to. The reason we don't want to prolong this and leave it indefinitely is because by finally wrapping up the swap process, one, it alleviates a huge burden from us in terms of having to hold all these tokens basically on a hot wallet for the most part, which is a big security risk. But most importantly, it lets our users and our community know an idea of what the actual total supply of Atmos is. Because right now, at this point in time, there's still a question mark as to how many more Atmos is going to be swapped and enter the system and potentially end up on the market. So there's a lot of ambiguity there. And any tokens that currently aren't swapped, instead of burning them, one thing that we are discussing, and this is something we'll continue to discuss with the community because it's different than what we initially planned, which was to burn them, is we are discussing using those tokens to basically do an early bootstrap of staking. And so what that means is it will add better incentives to the early staking part of the network, because the way staking works in our new system is because the token is not inflationary. There's no subsidy reward being paid in Atmos. All the staking comes from fees that are generated from our systems. For example, the advertising and other things that we're working on, like the side state. However, since we will have this, surplus, let's say, in Atmos, that can be paid out temporarily as early incentives to basically be running the validation software. So there's still plenty of time for us to have discussion on if that's the route that we're going to go. But I think I think the overall idea of currently where we're at with Cryptopia and what our plans are in terms of staking.
Okay, yeah. That the Cryptopia thing is unfortunate, but as you could hear from Asphyxia, we're doing the best we can to alleviate the situation, and yeah, we'll keep you guys up to date about that. And I think that's all.
Yeah, I think that's everything.
Okay, Brian, Paul, do you guys have anything to add?
Yep, that's it. I got nothing to add.
Good.
Okay, cool. So we will see you guys next week, Sunday. Catch you guys later.
All right, bye guys.
Bye, everyone.
All right, bye.